it on right now, though. Smell that on me, they gon' follow. Really must be serious. Nice confession. Do it just like Nikki gonna start it over. Say she roll with me, she tired of being alone. Young, but you know I'm right. But I'ma get back to the point, baby. You drive me crazy. Number one, girl, you can't replace me. Lead the club, these bros. Come roll with me in my Mercedes. I see they broke, I see they lazy. Girl, you ain't come up, so why you showing up? I'm taking them shows, my partners, they loaded up. Man, I don't know all these me, I get some material. Make it sing, oh my.
We're in Toronto, Ontario, where the Raptors look to take one from a Western Conference team here at the Air Canada Centre. First game of this trip here for the Blazers. They're hoping to start it off with the W.
Ready to go?
And you have to view this as an opportunity. Oftentimes on those short road trips, you really want to take care of your business, show you can win those games on the road, and keep that momentum.
And Greg, if they can get a win tonight, they might start to think, hey, it's a short trip. Why don't we see if we can run the table? It's not out of the realm of possibility, and that mindset can be productive in trying to run the table.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've got Paul George. Carter Williams is out there with Allen. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Noah in at the 5.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Last season, Portland won the Northwest Division and had a good year, certainly, but they had some issues when they were the away team on the road and away from the Rose Garden. They had some problems.
Yeah, actually played under 500 on the road, Kevin. Something you rarely see out of a team that wins 51 games.
And he gets it to go. Here's Toronto now. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Bledsoe kicks to Johnson. It's stolen by Carter Williams. And George, here we go. He shoots again. And it's sent back by Bledsoe. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And here's Toronto. Bledsoe passes to Johnson. Back to Bledsoe. On the wing, Johnson. Raptors moving the ball around. Hayward can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Dishes it to George. Back to Carter Williams. Kicks it out to Allen. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Now Bledsoe. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Now here's Johnson. Back to Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. That's good. Bledsoe's got his first points in this one.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Passes to Carter Williams. Back to George. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. George has got 5 points so far.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Bledsoe against Carter Williams. The dive for the ball. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. So it's Toronto now, trailing by 2. 6 on the shot clock. And Bledsoe, here we go. Heritage has a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. They get it back. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
But I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. And I'm expecting a big year from him this season. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Feeds to Carter Williams. Allen dishes to Carter Williams. He kicks to George. Portland needs to get off a shot. Allen's shot is off.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Now here's Johnson following the miss by Tony Allen. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Johnson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft, but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling in addition to that. You talk about a thorough process.
Here's Brooks. Hayward is green on Jackson. And Brooks, here we go. The shot is off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract, 4-year max deal. So whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
Now here's Brooks. Here's Anderson. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Anderson's got his first bucket in this one.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
It's Drummond with the drive.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
Danny Granger is checked in for Gordon Hayward. The Raptors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Brooks with it. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Granger kicks to Anderson. Just 4 to shoot. Fires from the wing. A rebound by Hazanya.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now here's Jackson. Back to George. Takes the 3. And the shot is good. George has got 8 points.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And Drummond kicks to George. Drummond passes to Jackson. Over to the wing. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Noah. Quincy Hayes has come in for Drummond. And Krabs subbed in for George. Now here's Brooks. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Powered down as the whistle blows. A 3-point play chance.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Raptors trailed by 3. There's the screen. Anderson outside. Fires the 3. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Anderson's got 7 points in the game. A minute 50 left in the first. The pass to Hazanya. From deep. The shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Jackson against Brooks. Anderson outside. There's the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3 ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Now here's Jackson. Crab. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. And the Raptors call time here.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
Perkins is checked in for the Raptors. Carter comes in for Danny Granger. Drummond's checked in for the Trailblazers. Carter Williams comes in for Jackson. Now here's Brooks. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And stolen by Drummond. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Perkins inside. He's guarded by Northridge. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Perkins. Anderson's got 12 in the game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Carter Williams kicks to Drummond. Perkins pulls it in.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Here's Anderson, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
A good, close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Raptors out in front, leading by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
The assist,
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
All alone, and Carter Williams slams it in. Clark, talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
The shot by Hayward, wide open. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
They get it again. Allen dishes to Drummond. And George kicks to Drummond. And taken away by Johnson. One-on-one here. Hayward from outside. Rebound by the Trailblazers. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
They double him with Drummond. Bledsoe. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And Toronto making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Carter Williams against Bledsoe. Now here's Carter Williams. He's covered closely. 5 on the clock. Scooped up. Here's Noah. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Noah's got his first 2 points.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way. No doubt they've been winning on the backcourt. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Allen kicks it to Noah. Outside for Carter Williams. No good with the triple.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Cauley Stein with the screen for Bledsoe. There's a good screen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Joakim Noah.
Shooting for Toronto.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the 2 sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Some changes for Toronto. Anderson comes in for Mirotic, and it's Granger in for Gordon Hayward. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Quincy Acies checked in for Andre Drummond. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. You know, but he went on to have a dynamic season, proving that, you know, Greg, and you know this position so well, he has the ability to be one of the best league's combo guards, I think.
I agree. I mean, consistency will tell the tale when it comes to Bledsoe. I mean, the rebounds and assists, the averages were up last year, but his shooting percentages were down. So is Bledsoe a near max level player? Only time will tell.
Here's Carter Williams. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Noah the screen. The feed to Carter Williams. The dish to George. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Hayward from outside. Off the mark, and he's 2 of 8 for the game.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Noah the screen. And then George with the jam. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Toronto calls timeout.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Danny Green. has checked in for Hayward. Barton comes in for Johnson. And it's Brooks in for Eric Bledsoe. And a switch here also for Portland. Jackson's checked in. Here's Anderson. Brooks, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Shot's good. And the Raptors lead by 1.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
On the subject of Michael Carter-Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing he can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Trailblazers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. They set the pick. Pass to Azania. Noah the screen. George, that's a two-pointer. The shot no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Kicks to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Portland leading. Pass to Jackson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Brooks kicks to Granger. Paul George with the steal. And now Portland on the break. George has got the ball.
George having a fantastic game. 12 points and 2 steals.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court. You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Andre Drummond comes in for Quincy Acey. Here's Barton. No luck. Good D by Drummond. It's a close game here in Toronto. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight room, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
And it's Drummond missing. Toronto's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Jackson against Brooks. Shot clock at 5. The Raptors need to get a shot off. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Raptors making a change here. Mirotic is checked in. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
I want everyone here in the Air Canada Center to get it up and cheer on your
Last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but, you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And some changes here for the Raptors. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Johnson in for Barton. And then for the Trailblazers, Crabs checked in for Paul George. Allen comes in for Azania. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Jackson. Crab dishes to Drummond. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Drummond's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
And again, Toronto no luck.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Drummond a screen. Carter Williams with it. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Allen, that's good.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
Trailblazers leading by 6. From 18 feet away, Nurkic kicks to Allen. Dishes it to Drummond. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off.
And the first half is now in the books. Trailblazers lead by 8. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Okay, fans, put your hands.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Some fantastic numbers for Anderson. He's got 16 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Raptors trailed by 8. Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Carter Williams is out there with Hazonia. Then it's Allen Crabbe. Then there's Noah. And it's Drummond in at the 4 spot. Here's Mirotic. The offensive rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Drummond. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Drummond's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Trailblazers. Mirotic, the screen. Hayward kicks to Bledsoe. He feeds it to O'Quinn. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Crabbe, no good. Raptors trailed by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And he gets it to go.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Carter Williams, the pass to Drummond. Passes it to Hazonia. Noah, the screen. Feeds it to Crabbe. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Bledsoe sets the screen for Johnson. Back to Bledsoe. To the middle. Here's Mirotic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Drummond, a screen. Carter Williams kicks to Crabbe. Drummond with a screen on Hayward. Here's Hazonia. Mirotic grabs the miss.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, The words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Anderson, he's checked in for Toronto. Harden comes in for Tyler Johnson. Paul George, he's checked in for Portland. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. And he's good on the three ball. Bledsoe's got 9.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Portland ball. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The high post shot. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 4 this quarter.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's the screen. Hayward dishes to Bledsoe. Back to Hayward. Bledsoe against Carter Williams. On its way from Hayward for 2. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now the pass to Hazania. And Drummond throws it down.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Cauley Stein with the screen for Bledsoe. To the wing right side. Releases. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Hazania. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. The three-pointer is right on target.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Brooks checked in for the Raptors. And then for the Trailblazers, Crabbe comes in for Hazania. And it's Jackson in for Carter Williams. The feed to Crabbe. Drummond the screen. Here's George. And Drummond throws it down.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
Brooks misses.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Hayward outside. The 11-footer. The rebound by Noah. Noah's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. The shot by George. Wide open. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
George against Hayward. Left side Anderson. Stolen by Noah. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. George has got the ball.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
They retain possession. Clock at 6. Hayward passes to Anderson. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
And the Raptors with some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Mirotic comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's Johnson in for Gordon Hayward. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Allen comes in for Allen Crabbe. Portland moving the ball around. The drive by Jackson. Noah the screen. Knocked away. Allen kicks it to Noah. Stolen by Brooks. Here's Barton. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Noah the screen. Outside, George. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense.
Look at that jam! Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
And here is Brooks. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Trailblazers leading by 14. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Trailblazers leading by 14. Danny Granger out there with Ryan Anderson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then it's Johnson. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Outside, George launches it. And that one's good. George has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Portland.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Bledsoe kicks to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Back to Bledsoe. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He dishes it to Nurkic. Stolen by Bledsoe. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Johnson can't get it to go. The Trailblazers shooting at 51%. Really solid. Nurkic is screen on Bledsoe. Noah the screen. Lasagna. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got 6 assists in the game. Bledsoe kicks to Anderson. Off the pick. No good off the front iron.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Carter Williams with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. 5 to shoot. There's the 3. Lasagna's shot is off.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Second shot opportunity. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Cauley Stein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bledsoe outside. And again, no good by Toronto. Portland leading by 19 points. The dish to Carter Williams. Pass to Lasagna. Stolen by Granger. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Shot is off.
It's hard not to go for it when you see the chance for that alley-oop.
Clearly, temptation got the best of him right there, Greg.
And he gets it to go. Here is Bledsoe.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 6 assists in the game.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Anderson. Hayward comes in for Danny Granger. And Barton subbed in for Johnson. And then for the Trailblazers, Andre Drummond's checked in for Noah. And it's Alan Crabb in for George. Cauley Stein kicks to Mirotic. And here we go. Carter Williams heading to the hoop. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys, weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury.
He kicks it to Kraft. Here's Drummond. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Drummond having a terrific game. He has 9 rebounds, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge, too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of a season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
Clock is at 3. Here's Barton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Trailblazers leading by 17. Kazania. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
And you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Bledsoe against Carter Williams. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Screen by Nurkic. Kicks it to Kraft. Now here's Drummond. They set the pick. Lets it go from deep. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Bledsoe with him. Now defended by Carter Williams. Bledsoe dishes to Mirotic. Hayward outside. Pass to Bledsoe. For 3. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You know, there are those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just one basket away from winning it all.
Going back to Hayward, he took that buzzer-beating half-court shot, Clark, that would have won his school the championship. You actually called that game, and it did hit the backboard and rim, but unfortunately did not go in.
Well, Hayward's the kind of guy who's willing to put his team on his back and try to carry him. He's willing to take that responsibility on. Whether he can deliver at the highest level, time will tell.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And here's the fast break. Bledsoe passes to Mirotic. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Allen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Toronto calls timeout.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Anderson, he's checked in for Mirotic. Raptors trailed by 16. Bledsoe kicks to Barton. Dishes to Perkins. Anderson up top. Here's the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. George has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
Feeds to Perkins. Perkins with a screen on Allen. Bledsoe for three. Excellent D there from Allen. Trailblazers leading by 16. Here's Azania, guarded by Bledsoe. Drummond the screen. Here's George. And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Drummond passes to Azania. Drummond the screen. Nobody near Allen. Again, Allen missing. Raptors trailed by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. There's the double team with Allen. Hayward on the wing. Allen with the rebound. Portland's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Excellent box out there, keeping himself between the man and the basket.
Hayward with the ball. George picks him up. Anderson a screen on George. Left side Anderson. Stolen by Allen. Here's George. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Tony Allen.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it.
Toronto calls timeout. They trailed by 18. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Azania. Bledsoe outside. He feeds it to Anderson. Back to Bledsoe. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
No, they did. They found their way inside effectively all game long. Penetration always produces results.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And as usual, great numbers and a dominant display for Andre Drummond. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Outside, George. Shot is off. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Barton kicks to Hayward. To the right side. George against Bledsoe. 5 on the clock. Elbow shot is on the way. And it's good off the glass.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
Now Carter-Williams. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for
Hey, boy, up on the land till I die.